Well, hello again, everybody. This is Rhett back on Progress America Unfiltered today with Linda to talk about what is going on in the great seven seas of this world. So we have seen some events unfolding in the oceans recently, as we've seen some orcas going after some billionaire yachts and some billionaires stuck in a submarine way under the ocean as they were touring the Titanic. Today, we're going to talk about the orcas, dive into that topic a lot more because it's just like these orcas against billionaires. And, at Progress America Unfiltered, we often like to go in on our billionaires and say, hey, tax them more. And it seems like the orcas are in line with our messaging on this. But we're also going to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, because you know what? You viewers at home love it so much when we talk about those two extremists in the House of Representatives. But guess what? Instead of attacking things like common sense policies that the most of the country supports, these two were attacking each other recently. And it was absolutely delicious. We love to see the infighting. I feel like this is just kind of showing just like the Republican infighting that we're going to see painted out between Trump and DeSantis as we get closer to 24. But I'm absolutely drooling over this infighting. And Linda's here today to talk with me about the orcas and, of course, the two in the Congress that were fighting. Linda, let's jump to the orcas first. What are your major takeaways with what's going on with these big orcas that are going after these billionaire yachts in the great oceans of this world?
Yeah, so it just really seems to show like if you mess with nature enough, it's gonna bite back. And that, people think that if they have a certain level of wealth, that they can control everything in their lives, that they can just do whatever they want, right? Get these beautiful yachts, go all over the world. But this just shows that there is a level of control that you can't buy in this world. That even if you have billions of dollars, an orca can still come and ruin your yacht party.
Absolutely. And just the orcas that, are taking a stand against capitalism. They're taking a stand against these billionaires that are, of course, polluting our oceans and all of that good stuff. It's a really big deal. I think also because it's helping further the conversation on social media about the waste and the destruction that's coming from billionaires and their environmental terrorism. Like particularly looking at these huge yachts that are causing so much pollution in our waters. And I think it ties into that conversation of like private jets. We talked about Taylor Swift a few weeks ago, and we talked about her being one of the number one users of a private jet in the world and the pollution that comes from that. This private yacht party is somewhat adjacent to those private jets in the fact that they cause so much pollution. But, we don't have orcas in the sky to fight back. But when the orcas saw that this pollution was playing out in their home turf of the great waters of this world, they took a stand against it. And it was pretty epic.
Yeah, how good for the orcas. I do support it. And I think that, these billionaires, you look at like Elon Musk, right? He has as much money as anyone in the world. He should be, in theory, happy, right? If a maximum amount of money could buy happiness. And yet, what is he doing? He's having fights with people on Twitter at 3 a.m. He's apparently going to have a physical fight with Mark Zuckerberg. We'll see what happens with that. And then, these other ones, they're on their yachts. And they think that they're secure, but they're not. Because I think that also that's a big reason why people hoard wealth is that in addition to control, they think that they're buying security. And I kind of appreciate these orcas saying, nope, no amount of money can do that. We're still coming for your yacht.
Yeah, and Linda, sorry, I was just daydreaming for a second thinking about Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg fighting. That's delicious. But I think that when we're talking about this conversation of fightings, I think that we can jump to this other topic about. So we talked about the killer whales. Now let's talk about the killer fails in the House of Representatives. I did not make that line up. That is all credit to our producer, Brad, who put that in our little chat box. Shout out to you, Brad, for that one. But Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene were fighting, and a reporter caught it. They were on the record. They got caught talking about this. This is why people should not be talking. This is a side note. They should not be like playing out all these dramatics like when reporters are around. I feel like it's just so like they don't know how to play the game. Anyway, so we were just saw Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene fighting in the House of Representatives. Marjorie Taylor Greene allegedly called Lauren Boebert a little B word on the House floor. And then she even confirmed that she did that. Like on Twitter, I saw that they were asked, "Oh, is this Daily Beast article correct?" And she goes, "Incredibly so." So it's really fascinating to see these two fighting. Linda, what was going on here? We got an article about this that you did some research on. What was that?
Yeah, so Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert were fighting and apparently cursing each other out on the House floor because Marjorie Taylor Greene had introduced articles of impeachment against Biden and was apparently very upset that Lauren Boebert, instead of signing on to her articles of impeachment, decided to go ahead and introduce her own articles of impeachment against Biden. So, really, just a very petty issue. And I think they did this on the House floor in front of reporters on purpose because they just absolutely thrive on attention. And that, people who care a lot about changing public policy, and especially if it's improving the world for the better, even if it might be their definition of better, which of course is very different from ours, they're very strategic, especially when it comes to their allies. Like we see how closely AOC and the other members of the squad tend to work together. But because what Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert care the most about is just attention and destruction, it's no surprise that they're now even turning on each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just like this, like, very much continued lack of kind of cohesive approach to any sort of governance, any sort of just like authority that they have in the House of Representatives. There is no cohesive agenda that they seem to be following except one of destruction, chaos, and just like harming people. So, Linda, today we talked about killer whales and we talked about the killer fails in the House of Representatives. And, through this topic, we see that just like these power grabs that are happening from billionaires. We see these power grabs playing out in the House of Representatives. And these are some of our favorite topics to cover on Progress America Unfiltered for a variety of reasons, but it really does paint just like these overwhelming photos of chaos. They really showed like the chaos of the current times that are happening right now. But you know what? I will never have guessed that killer whales were going to be one of my greatest and favorite things to emerge from 2023 so far. That was not on my bingo board, Linda. I don't know if that was on yours, but certainly a wild topic nonetheless. Well, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Progress America Unfiltered. We really appreciate you all staying tuned as we cover different topics that are impacting our nation, our world, and hey, the seas as well. We really appreciate it. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And stay tuned because this week we will be also dropping an episode as part of our Cinema Revolution series about Little Shop of Horrors. We're off to record that right now, so you'll be seeing that pretty soon. Make sure you're subscribed to stay tuned for that, and we will see you all very soon at Progress America Unfiltered. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye.